Hi, my name is Raeanna Spahn. I'm an attorney with SQ Law. I practice personal injury, and I have an opportunity to help people who are injured. One question that I get asked often is what type of evidence may be used in a personal injury case? Believe it or not, one of the most popular types of evidence that people may not realize is testimony. So, for example, you testifying at trial and letting the jury know what your injuries are, how you've suffered, the pain you've experienced is probably one of the most important pieces of evidence there is. In addition, you have the opportunity to call family members who can support everything that you've been through and everything that you've endured. In addition, on that note, there's also the ability to hire experts and provide expert testimony. Other than testimony, there's additional types of evidence that people traditionally think of, which would be photographs. This could be photographs of your injury. I'd recommend taking photos, initially right after the injury to see the full extent of what it looked like right away. Also, people don't realize that it's important to take photographs as the injury progresses to see how things developed and how long things took to, eventually get to a better state. So photographs of the injury at different times is important. Photographs of the car, the collision, the scene are also important types of evidence as well. Medical records to support your claim, showing that the doctor's diagnosis and recommendations, documenting the treatment that you've been through, whether physical therapy, dry needling, whether you've been through head injections. All of that is recorded and documented in medical records and extremely important. Medical bills can also show how much you or your insurance company paid for medical care, and that can be considered. Also, too, if you've had lost wages, you can submit things such as maybe pay stubs or things that show lost wages. You can also testify or call maybe an employer to testify if appropriate. There's also such things as demonstrative evidence. And those are things that might not be admitted into evidence, but the jury can look at. So for example, maybe an aerial map, so people can show the collision and how it happened. That might be something the jury can look at as a demonstrative piece of evidence. So there's lots of different types of evidence. I'd recommend anything that you think is relevant to the case, anything that might be helpful, talk to your attorney about. You can submit that to them and they can determine whether it'd be helpful for your case. It's important to bring that up right away. Sometimes there's deadlines, there's trial witness and exhibit lists. So the attorney will want to make sure that they note whatever evidence on those exhibit lists. So make sure you're communicating with your attorney to make sure that you're able to present all the evidence, make sure the attorney knows about all the evidence.